Hey there, baseball fans. Welcome to another CLNS Red Sox Roundtable. I'm Alex Barth, joined by Nick Quaglia, coming to you for Roundtable number 3 this week. Because, Nick, we were doing like none of these when the Red Sox were tearing through their schedule and winning, 14 games in a row? It wasn't 14, but you know what I mean. Now, here we are. This is going to be our third, and later on tonight or tomorrow, our 4th Roundtable of the week. We'll start to fall off the wagon a little bit, my friend.
Yeah. And that, that's when you get these kind of situations. That's when you get these kind of shows, is when the wheels start to fall off. Like you said, we got a little trouble in paradise going on. It's May 16th today, and we're starting to see some holes in this team that we thought was pretty dominant at the beginning of the year.
2 big headlines from Wednesday revolve around Carson Smith and Blake Swihart. We'll get to Smith in another roundtable. You can check that out on the CLNS Media YouTube page. But let's start with Blake Swihart, the Red Sox catcher, outfielder, designated hitter, player who is hitting 150, can barely get on the field, and all of a sudden he wants to get traded. This reminds me when Mike Karp back in 2012 was the worst player on the worst team in baseball and tried demanding a trade. What's Swihart's endgame here? What does he possibly think he's going to accomplish with this? I get he wants to play. I get he wants to get on the field, but I'm not sure if any team's going to take him on right now and give him time. He can't get time with the Red Sox over Jackie Bradley Jr. We all know where he's at, and we've discussed that. You can check that out. It's a different roundtable. You can go back and check that out. But my God, what is Swihart trying to do just out of nowhere? And you know that this is going to disrupt the momentum of this team.
Yeah, and you know what? So I'll defend him a little bit here, because the reports came out this morning that his agent was the one who asked for the request. Blake Swihart himself, even today, according to a NESN article, he said, quote, "I'm focused on being here. I'm going to work my tail off to keep doing what I can do to help."
And it's classic good guy, bad guy. The agent exactly. If he didn't want it.
Exactly. And that's the thing. So the agent said it, but I don't think the agent would really just say that unless his client wanted to say something, because even the agent knows that's bad. That's bad face. But regarding Swihart and teams potentially looking to grab him via trade, I mean, the only saving grace this guy has is he put up some pretty decent numbers in the past. He really did. He hit 274 his first year. No, in his first year in 2015, he hit 274 with the team, and that was over an 80-something game. I want to say 84 game sample size, which is pretty good. We thought, remember in 2015, we thought that this guy was going to put together a pretty good campaign and go forward and be the Red Sox starting catcher, and then things just kind of fell apart for him. Things really fell apart for him. Now, if you want to talk about people trading for him, his average doesn't look that good right now. But again, he had a lot of potential in the past. So I think that might be the only thing that brings him up.
Is that your favorite word, Nick? Always yes, with the potential.
Absolutely.
David Price had potential.
Absolutely.
Joe Kelly had potential. I'm talking about in the here and now. Reality. Blake Swihart is hitting 150. He can't get on the field. He is stuck behind Jackie Bradley Jr. in the outfield, and he's stuck behind Sandy Leon and Christian Vazquez at catcher. Those are 3 of the worst players in Major League Baseball. And you think somebody's going to want to trade for this guy?
I think
Where is that coming from?
I think they could look at the Red Sox and be like, why is this guy not getting any time at catcher? I think this is partially on the Red Sox fault, because if you want to look at this team.
Wait, before you answer that was my next question for you. So let me just give you this jumping off point.
Okay.
If there is a falling out here between Swihart and the Red Sox, and it seemed like there was an interest in the Red Sox to try to keep him around, who's more at fault, Swihart or Dave Dombrowski, the Red Sox front office, whoever?
I don't want to say Dave Dombrowski. You know what? You could say Dave Dombrowski, because it doesn't seem like this guy's needed on this team. He doesn't play that much. You had a guy like Deven Marrero, who you could play in the infield when you had all these injuries. He's having a decent year. Yeah, no, he is. Deven Marrero's actually okay. So if you weren't going to play this guy at all, and you weren't going to try to, showcase him, if you weren't going to try to showcase him and make him trade bait, then why even keep this guy around? How can you not put him at catcher? That's my big question. How can you not play him at catcher? Because if you want to look at Sandy Leon and Christian Vazquez, 2 guys who just cannot hit, Christian Vazquez has just become an automatic out when he comes up to the plate. And his defense and I've defended the guy for a couple of years. His defense was stellar. That was the only reason that this guy was supposedly was behind the plate. It's very subpar this year. It seems like the guy can't catch a ball coming in from the outfield. Why not play Swihart at catcher? He was the catcher last year in Pawtucket. It's like they were keeping him going as the catcher. So I just don't understand why they wouldn't showcase him, especially at the catcher position. Because again, trade bait. You have the trade bait, but that's the problem. who's going to trade for a guy hitting 138 right now who's barely played?
We'll see. By the time this comes out, maybe he has been traded. Maybe he's been DFA'd.
With our luck, that's going to happen. He
exactly.
will immediately after we finish this.
So make sure you get our content as quickly as you can so it stays relevant. Check us out on Twitter at Red Sox CLNS, online as well, clnsmedia.com. For Nick Quaglia, I'm Alex Barth. Thanks for watching.